Hey guys, Matt here from PlaiOfficial, and as you can see I've just joined Temple of the Jade Serpent normal on my Retribution Paladin. Now there's been quite a few bits and bobs changing with Ret Pallies, so I'm definitely enjoying them on live at the moment, so hopefully they won't be bad on the beta, because you know it's getting into PTR and stuff now, so what we're seeing here is pretty much what we're probably near enough going to be seeing when it goes live. So obviously on live at the moment we need our 4 set, well they've changed it because we no longer need it on here, but we need, I think it's either our 2 set or our 4 set for Judgment to generate an extra holy power. We no longer need that. That is just bog standard. You know, Judgment now gives you a holy power, but as you can see we seem to be able to well, we are generating quite a lot more holy power than we seem to do usually on live, but at the same time we feel more clunky. I don't know why, it's a bit odd really. Now if we go into our talents, there's, to be honest, not a lot of stuff that actually helps us out. The only kind of tree that really gives us a damage boost in PvE will be this tree. We either have abilities that generate holy power, will deal 30% additional damage and healing, and generate 3 charges of holy power for the next 15 seconds. That's pretty good, you know, that is probably better than Sanctified Wrath, but you know, we'll have to see really, won't we? Another one, Divine Purpose. Abilities that cost holy power have a 25% chance to cause a Divine Purpose effect. This basically just gives you like a free 3 holy power kind of thing. Just your next ability will be cast as if it had 3 holy power. So you know, it just basically means extra Templar's verdicts. Makes it easier to keep up your Inquisition, etc, etc. It's quite good, I guess. And Sanctified Wrath. Your Avenging Wrath lasts 50% longer and grants more frequent access to one of your abilities while it is active. So in this case, that means that a Hammer of Wrath is basically put on a pretty short cooldown. So straight up, just damage increase while that's up, to be honest. Now, obviously, cooldown stacking on live was absolutely insane damage. You know, you could stack like your Avenging Wrath, your Guardian of Ancient Kings and your Zealotry, stack them all together, and you know, obviously with a Bloodlust or something, because otherwise you just wouldn't bother using them separately. But stacking all of those together with the Bloodlust, we would do absolutely insane damage, and I think Holy Avenger will probably be a better talent than Sanctified Wrath. But Sanctified Wrath is still a pretty nice talent, and also for PvP maybe it might work out better, because obviously you can cast your Hammer of Wrath from a 30 yard range. If somebody's trying to kite you, that might be quite good. However, do bear in mind that your Judgment fills the target with doubt, reducing movement speed by 50% for 12 seconds, so your Judgment now slows, and we still get the 45% speed increase for 3 seconds after we judge. However, we can be as close to them as we want, so it's even better than it is on live. But as you can see now, I've just popped all my cooldowns. We're able to see kind of how much damage we're doing. It seems to be quite a lot, to be honest. Like, Hammer of Wrath is hitting. It's hitting hard, but not like stupidly hard compared to our other abilities. By the looks of things, we can cast one ability, then a Hammer of Wrath, so have we got a Bloodlust? Yeah, we have got a Bloodlust. That would probably be why. Oh, no. Did that miss? I don't think I'm hit capped, am I? But yeah, let's get an Inquisition up. This is... They definitely feel like I'm doing more. I know I'm doing more, because as you can see, we're not having those lockout periods that we do usually have. Yes, we have Bloodlust, but still, we seem to be a bit freed up of lockout periods kind of thing. However, at the same time, as I was saying earlier, they do feel more clunky, and I don't know if it's because, you know, we're not getting our fancy procs and everything anymore. It's just kind of everything's a cooldown. Like, what I'd find is often when you are getting a kind of lockout or something, then you know, you'd find that your Art of War procced, or you'd have like 3 holy powers, so you know you'd be able to do Templar's Verdict, or you just simply had the downtime just to see what cooldowns were going to be ready next, etc. Whereas now everything's a cooldown, so really it's just spam whatever is up, and obviously some things do more damage than others, so you hit those first. So we're just moving on to this second boss. We'll be able to see more or less how much damage we're doing straight up now, depending on which boss we kind of get to kill. So I want to switch back to my Seal of Truth. That's single target, obviously Seal of Righteousness AoE. So right, okay, I'll just put the AoE run on for this, because hopefully it will swing around and hit those. So basically what our AoE one does is melee attacks deal 6% weapon damage to all targets within 8 yards. So that's not really that bad, you know. It's same range as your Hammer of Righteous, and also same range as your Divine Storm. So anything that those are going to be hitting, your Seal of Righteous is going to be hitting as well. So it does seem pretty powerful, to be honest. Now as you can see, we've just started and it's hitting about 3k on each one, so it's not all that bad really. Hopefully we'll be able to get 3 holy power to do a Divine Storm or something like that. Although there won't be really, oh yes, there will be a bit of point. There we go. So Divine Storm, it looks like it does about 18k damage on each one, which is, I guess it's better even if there's 2 targets or more, because, well, a Templar's Verdict, let's see how much Templar's Verdict does. Templar's Verdict does 23k on each mob. So Divine Storm is way ahead of Templar's Verdict in damage, as long as there's 2 targets or more. But obviously we need to make sure we're keeping up that Inquisition, because I keep forgetting that and I keep letting it drop off. So we've got a bit more AoE coming in here, I think. Oh no, wait, he turns into that boss, doesn't he? So pop a couple of cooldowns on him now. Guardian of Ancient Kings is still that nasty 5-minute cooldown, but you know, that's something we've learned to live with, I guess. So let's get an Inquisition going. And pretty much now, as you can see, we just press whatever's on cooldown in kind of priority system. Obviously Templar's Verdict goes above anything. I think Crusader Strike probably does the least damage for some reason. I don't really think it does that much. It's doing like 16k, Judgment's doing about 17, Hammer of Wrath about 30, and Exorcism is doing about, well, 20 something. But this healer is really bad. I'm not entirely sure what he's actually doing. I don't know if he's AFKing or what, but he's pretty shit. So we're just moving on to the last bit of the trash now. There's a bit of AoE to do here, so let's see how much we can kind of pull off. So there's a lot of numbers there. None of them are massive numbers, but there are a lot. It's hitting a lot of things. So to be honest, I do think that as Ret Pallies, our AoE is going to be pretty damn strong, to be honest. I can see that. And single target, I think we're going to be okay, but we're probably not going to be like the best. We're not going to be anything overpowered, I don't think. I mean, obviously our Templar's Verdict's doing 10% less, well, 20% less damage because I don't have my forset on the beta, and my ret gear is an awful lot better on live because I transferred this character a long time ago now. So it's kind of hard to judge if we're doing a lot more or a lot less damage, but it does seem to be a bit less. And also I think our item level is scaled. What's our item level? Yeah, our item level is also scaled to 372. So actually thinking about it, that's like Fireland's item level. So if you imagine a Ret Pally in Fireland's gear and they're doing this much damage, then that seems to be pretty strong, actually, thinking about it that way. So let's get this last group down and then we can get on to the boss. Now add-ons are actually working on beta at the moment. There is one add-on called Tiny DPS that appears to be working, but I don't know, I just couldn't seem to get it to work earlier. But it works on my druid for some reason. So that's why I don't actually have any add-ons or any damage meters, but as you can see we're probably doing a reasonable amount of damage anyway. It doesn't look that bad. We're probably doing like maybe 20k plus kind of thing. Obviously at the moment we're doing less single target because we've got Seal of Righteous on from that AoE. So if we put Seal of Truth back on, we'll pop a couple of cooldowns on this boss and see more or less how much we're doing. So let's get one of those Sacred Shields going on the tanks, obviously that will help the healer out a bit. And away we go. Oh, that's not hitting very much actually. 17k. 18. Okay, let's get him all. That might have just been a really bad hit that time. 20. So our exorcism seemed to hit a lot just then. Templar's Verdict. Seems to be hitting quite a lot still. I'm just basically just trying to weigh up how much we're hitting kind of thing here. Because it does seem, as I was saying a minute ago, we scaled down to 372 eye level, so it does seem quite a lot. But as I was mentioning earlier, I think probably our priority system is going to be obviously keeping Precision up. After that, 3 Holy Power Templar's Verdict. If there's 2 or more mobs, we're going to want to be using Divine Storm over Templar's Verdict because it hits kind of a lot, to be honest, so keep that in mind. And then after that, probably be looking at Hammer of Wrath, Exorcism, then Judgment. And then last, Crusader Strike, because that, it doesn't really seem that powerful, to be honest. If I'm honest, yeah. It doesn't hit a lot, it's a bit shit. I mean look, it hit like what, 12k there? How much? Yeah, like 12k and everything else. Oops, I forgot to get out of that. This healer's shit as well, isn't he? Bloody hell. Do I need to... God, these guys are crap. Now hopefully this time our healer will do what he's supposed to be doing and actually dispel. That'd be lovely, thank you. So let's get our Inquisition rolled in. Obviously Hammer of Wrath above anything else. The Templar's Verdict. There's not really an awful lot to commentate about, to be honest. But yeah. So obviously now we're going to want to switch to our Seal of Righteous and stack around the middle area, just AoE these down pretty much, blast, nuke the fuck out of them, they should die. So we're doing a lot of AoE damage as I mentioned before. I don't know if that's gonna, well, I think it will stay like this to be honest, because as I was saying earlier, like, we're pretty close to the release now. It's about a month away, just over I think. So yeah, it's not far away now. Obviously we don't have level 90 pre-mades yet, but I'm waiting for them to put in level 90 pre-mades so we can actually be testing out these characters at level 90, because I just simply don't have the time to manage to level all these classes to 90. So I've leveled up my druid and they seem pretty good. Like Boomkin seems alright. I've not tried out Feral yet though, and Resto is looking pretty nice as well with their shrooms. But this isn't a druid video. Okay, I'm gonna lay on Hanzu because otherwise you're just gonna bloody die, aren't you, again? So does that work on these? Are these... No, they're not CCable, are they? So I was thinking maybe if we could CC those it might do a bit less damage or something. But yeah, that's tip for guys. And that would probably be the same in Heroic. I'm assuming we are not able to CC those. So let's get another one of those on our healer. Are they out of mana? No, they're not, but they're just not healing themselves. Oh my god. Word of glory. God, wow. So we're probably going to get another black phase, but hopefully after that we won't get another one because the healer's mana's getting pretty low and he's got the debuff on him now, so I'll refresh that. and I'll put one of those on him as well, so he takes a bit less damage from that. In fact, that's the point. I haven't really been using that much, but Hand of Purity reduces, what is it, harmful periodic effects by 70%. So for a debuff like that, if you have a really crap healer like we do, and he's just refusing to dispel, or he's so bloody dopey he doesn't even realise that it's a magic debuff, you can pop that on them. It lasts 6 seconds and it's a 30-second cooldown, so that's pretty damn good, that is, you know. And also in PvP and stuff, that'll probably be, I'll put another one on him there and put one of those on, and as you can see, it's reducing it by a reasonable amount, because he wasn't really ticking for much then, was he? But yeah, in PvP I can see that being pretty overpowered, because obviously every time a mage pops combustion, fire mage pops combustion, Hand of Purity, you know, 70% damage reduction from the combustion it's going to do note. Pretty much same with any other class that has a big bursty nuky dot, or warlocks or shadow priests, it's really going to affect them quite hard, so I'm loving that talent there. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching.